Scentland, the land of scent. Yes, hello and welcome. It's Chris back with yet another fragrance review, and yet again from my favorite Creekside location. And this time we are looking at a fragrance that is a punch in the nose and the senses of the wearer, and indeed his or her environment. Well, it's a pour homme, so his environment, okay? You're talking about, and it's going to be a premiere. The premiere means here that I think it's the very first Gucci fragrance that I ever review, okay? So without much further ado, Gucci Guilty Absolute. Gucci Guilty Absolute. There you go. That's the fragrance that we're gonna take a closer look at today, okay? So yeah, and it's a special one, and it's a very brave one from Gucci, who I'm not necessarily a great fan of the house. This is a 50 ml Eau de Parfum, okay? Gucci Guilty Absolute, obviously a flanker of the Gucci Guilty line. This has been introduced to the market in 2017 and shocked the world of fragrances, right? Or fragrance enthusiasts. Why? Because this could have easily been released in 1974, for example, because it's really that type of a heavy hitter, like those ones from the 70s and 80s. Alberto Morillas, the great master of fragrances, is behind this one, is the nose, is the parfumeur of this fragrance, okay? And so everybody could have expected some easygoing Gucci Guilty, yet another flanker type of thing going on, but no, they were all wrong, because this is something that is really special in the Gucci Guilty lineup, and I'm going to tell you why. The notes for this one, just fairly simple and straightforward. It's leather, it's cypress, it's patchouli, definitely a very special patchouli to my nose, and there's some woodsy notes and vetiver in here as well, and that's it, okay? So how does it smell like? Well, I can describe it in 2 words, or I can give you a broader description. I'm going to try both, okay? Because if I would need to describe this in 2 words, this smells like, and don't be offended, because I mean it in a good way, okay? So before you get offended, just relax, enjoy yourself. It smells like cow fertilizer to me on wet green grounds, okay? That's how it smells initially, especially, but even later on, because the patchouli and the leather together with the cypress, these are the 3 main notes that really hit your nose almost instantaneously together. Leather is very obvious and heavy, but to me the cypress and the patchouli are the most prominent, at least on my skin. It's a very special patchouli, not your usual patchouli that smells like, this typical patchouli, okay? This has something that makes it a little bit more animalic than usual. Maybe the combination with the leather and the cypress is the result of this smelling really strongly animalic. So the patchouli and the leather and the cypress create a triangle of a clear animalic stink, especially at the beginning. A stink again in a positive way. This smells to me like being out on a farm, wearing a leather jacket in the cold, and you're just shoveling away on cow fertilizer on the wet ground, right? This is how it smells. It's nothing really fancy about it, but at the same time it smells very natural. It smells inviting for those who like the countryside life, really. I would not wear this at an I don't know, office environment, for example, or maybe a romantic dinner, because you can really scare people away with this shit, okay? So it's really true. But if you're the kind of guy that likes these animalic, heavy-hitting, leathery, green, patchouli fragrances from the past, from the 70s and 80s, you will really dig this. Yet it has a modern touch to it, okay? It's not entirely vintage smelling, okay? But to me, on my skin and the open air environment that I use this in is really, it gives me this sort of, again, it's like a farm feeling or hunting grounds that we have nearby here on the other side of the creek at Storrs. And so it's a very outdoorsy, rugged, leather jacket, countryside type of feel. That's the way I can describe it. And I would almost uniquely or solely would use it outdoors, okay? But then it's very good actually. If you use it indoors, please easy on the trigger, because 1 or 2 sprays of this is going to fill the room. It's going to stay there for a very long time. It has a great longevity, tremendous sillage, and great longevity, projection as well. So it really projects like hell, even hours and hours after wearing. Even, I've put one spray yesterday and I put gloves on, and I just, like 5 hours later took the gloves off, and then my wife was saying, oh, I smell the fertilizer smell again, and that was just one tiny spray, okay? So the performance is outstanding on this one. This is finally a really true eau de parfum, sillage, projection, and longevity. And as for the age, well, again, probably older guys, but not even that category. I would say it's for people who really like their rugged, masculine, heavy-hitting leather, patchouli, green fragrances, okay? But those, it's gonna really mesmerize and impress a lot. It has been reviewed a million times, and it's very popular because it really has those bows that so many fragrances, especially actually from Gucci, so many fragrances are missing, okay? This one is really there. It really gives us fragrance lovers what we want. It's absolutely niche quality in all aspects, okay? So yeah, just love it. It's just cow fertilizer, I'm sorry, but in a good way, right? It's a tough guy working on the farm type of thing, right? In the stables, maybe there's some horses around, there's hay everywhere, there's woods and trees and wet ground, and the guy is working in a leather jacket. That's the thing, right? Okay? But you gotta love that scene, that location, that setting, in order to appreciate this fragrance. Okay, so thanks very much. It was Chris from Sandland with Gucci Guilty Absolute, and yeah, I'm going to enjoy the countryside. Take care. Bye bye.